Hello and welcome to Portugal again. Yes, a bit of deja vu for us today. We are back in Portugal with an extra 2 corners added, so that might make all the difference. We know Russell can go well around here, so we are hopeful for a good finish. Latifi can only hope for a little bit better than last time, but we'll try our best. Russell has a new front wing fitted, and we have almost finished scouting a couple of drivers that may replace Latifi if things do not improve. I'm going to go smash out practice, and I'll meet you guys again for qualifying. Right, so a 6th place for Russell and 11th place for Latifi in practice. We knew Russell would be quicker. He's got the better parts. He's earned the better parts from having the better start to the season. Qualifying today, I would take Q2, anywhere in Q2, hopefully for both drivers. We're just going to whack on their perks, the usual perks, hopefully make them a little bit quicker going around this track. In terms of car setup, we will change it a little bit, give Latifi that bit more downforce that he's looking for. Soft tyre, so that is Latifi done. Russell isn't happy at all by the looks of things, so we will change it a little bit. Trying to get that in the speed balance. That will do. The oversteer will not help on some of these corners, but Russell is Russell. He'll surely be able to pull it out. Take qualifying. And as the pattern goes, Russell will go out first this time. Soft tyres. He's followed out now by Latifi. Dropping down like a little balloon. I'm going to slow that down quickly. So I want to be able to take both out. We're going to actually send Latifi out now. He wants a bit more speed. We can give him that. A bit more speed for Latifi. Another soft tyre. Send out. Here he comes now. We'll have to focus on him getting his stuff right. You will be going off another lap, Russell, don't you worry. You want to make sure you're making Q2. Can't warm up these tyres. They're prime. Starts that he's going overheat. Tire temps are just a little cold. While we're going through the lap time for I'm going to send out Russell now. A bit more in terms of handling. Give him that little bit, a hell of a lot less understeer. New tyres. He went after now. The TP at the moment isn't improving. Really frustrating because Russell, so I doubt he'll improve. I'm too busy trying to see what Latifi's doing. Here goes Russell. We're going to accept Latifi's out. Russell's up on his first time. Gone green. He's gone green in sector 2 as well. Could this be a good lap? Russell flying round now. Across the line. He's up to 9th. That's great, that's brilliant, Russell. We go times 12 here, and we'll just hope that we don't go out with Latifi. Yeah, this chance didn't happen. And Russell is, in fact, through to Q2. So, he's outshining Latifi again. Not that it's a hard thing to do at the moment. Turn that down a little bit. I just realised how loud that is. So we will take Q2. Okay, so George Russell. He actually managed to get Q9. I wonder, is it possible we could see George Russell make Q3? I don't think that benefits us though if he does, if I'm honest. Just going out there and being 100% honest right now, I do not think that benefits us. Just need to get his tyres up a little bit more. The tyres are okay. Trying to find the balance is so hard. Speed it up. Overheated and cold. Anyway, here he comes, George. He's going to do his lap. We'll speed it up because there's no point just sitting and watching. It's a little bit down. He's 6/10 off Hamilton. Whereabouts is that going to leave him once everyone's done a lap? Russell is P7. He thinks he can improve. I'm sat here, I'm going to look at how many tyres we've got. If we get to Q3, we've got to use another one. I'm not sending him out again. I'm just not. We've got to think about the race as well here. That might mean we go out here in Q2. But it's a risk I'm willing to take. It's a risk I'm definitely willing to take. He's going to be annoyed because obviously I'm not sending him out, and I probably should be, but we'll see where we finish in the end. We're P9 at the moment. Cars are doing laps, but I think we've made it into Q3 here. George Russell, Mr. Saturday, has indeed made it into Q3. Now here's a first. But what's wrong with Leclerc? Dodgy neck, 6 weeks. He'll have that apparently. We're doing a one lap. He did go quicker than Q1. We're going to do one lap in Q3 and wherever that lap leaves us is where we will start. I presume it's going to be 10th. But we don't know. So in he goes. He's got softs of his own. Out you come, George. Let's smash it out the park, mate. Okay, so we want to get ourselves... We're going to go into the orange, see what that does in terms of getting these tyres warmed up. As he comes through here, cool him off. Put it back up, cool off, back out. We've got optimum, we've got perfect tyre temps, we've just got overheated brakes. He's got the best possible he can in terms of tyres, so let's see what he can do. It's a fast lap. He's 7/10 off. So George is 7th at the moment. He won't be going out again on tyres. He will not be going out again. I'm sure you can, George, but we've got to think about the whole weekend here, not just qualifying. We got to Q3. We never would have dreamt of doing that. Right now, he wants another run. Track conditions are getting better. I refuse to let you have another run, George. I'm sorry. I'm sure maybe we could have beaten Sainz and gotten up a little higher. You never know, but right now, I will take an 8th place start on the grid all day long. Absolutely fantastic. We've got a little star here in George. We need to make sure we keep him. And there is the grid. So Lewis will be on pole from Max, Valtteri 3rd, Checo 4th, Lando 5th, Gasly 6th, Carlos 7th. Then it's us and George in 8th, Danny Rick 9th, and Seb starts in 10th. How is there so much difference between Russell and Latifi? But that doesn't matter because it's race day. Latifi we can change strategy with, we can't with Russell. Russell has to start on the softs he qualified on. Latifi, do we go a bit longer on maybe some mediums? I think we might do. And we'll look to get the best out of the sauce for Russell. So he's happy with everything. If he's happy with everything, why the hell did it... Oh. He is infuriating. Car setup. There we go, it's changed setup, isn't it? And then tyres in here. 32 laps. Or do we go on hards and go long first stint? Or do we go softs and then go mediums to hards? Have a soft stint, and then hard, and then medium, so you're a bit more racy at the end. That's what we're going to do. He is going to start on the softs. His tyres shouldn't wear out before George's. Obviously George's strategy is going to be as is. And there you have it. Your starting lineup. I'm only waiting to see George. I just have to see it. There he is. 8th. Q3 and an 8th place start. Simply incredible. Why the hell are we watching him? It's not him we want to be watching. Here we go. And away we go, and we get the launch on Carlos and on Norris. And George is up to 6th. Is he going to get Gasly as well? Yes, he is, up to 5th place. What a start! He's right behind Checo. Will he be able to get a move done? He tried around the outside but was forced wide. And I think he might just settle into that position there. He's got both Alpha Tauris right behind him. Latifi's dropped all the way back to last. And George, that'll do for now, I think. He's just going to sit content, try and defend as and when. Otherwise, fantastic start. We are now going to start pushing Latifi. He's got to give us a bit more, and they are pulling away. And now we're going to use some ERS to defend. Just as I think it's Leclerc is using it to defend from us. But we're looking to get round the inside, and we are up to 5th place. Brilliant from Russell. And he's going to get Checo as well. He's up to 4th. Right, let's pause. What is going on with Latifi? Latifi's in 17th. We'll give him some ERS now, just for the next section. Try and get him past a few more cars. Russell's set the fast lap of the race. Latifi, his ERS isn't done yet. Latifi's doing really well here. He's up into 12th. And we will now take that off. He's up in a 10th. He's in the points as well. We will switch back to George because that's where we want to be watching realistically. Checo trying to get a move back on George here. We're just waiting for the time to pit George in, which I think might be not this lap coming now. Checo is all over the back of him. Yeah, we are. We're going to pit him this lap. So George will come in. Only 4 laps on those used. We probably could go a little longer. I do not want to. Do we go on? I think we go on to the ratio mediums for now. See how long we can take them. See how long we can take them. It should be a 2-stop race, fingers crossed. So we're going to go with that. We're going to charge up his thingy by 50%, and the pit strategy would be that. So we'll watch until he comes in. We'll go on 4 because if he could defend from Checo until he comes in, that'd be grand. Stroll is out. Stroll's crashed. He is out of the Grand Prix, and George is the first of the front runners to pit. Latifi therefore will now go into 9th place. We're going to use that little bit of ERS that we've got just to kind of keep going a little bit. We're right up behind Gasly now. Can we? Doesn't look likely. We're going to drop down to neutral. We're going to get taken, I think, here. This is the lap that Latifi's going to pit, and he's going on to the hards. So we're going to have a slight strategy differential there. He'll have another 50% hooked up. Then he can pit. So here's George. George is in 14th place. We'll ERS a little bit now just to hopefully get us up a bit more. And he is up into 13th place. Now 12th. And the ERS is gone. So that got us back above Giovinazzi and Mazepin. Because these cars aren't going to be pitting just yet. George retains his place ahead of his teammate. He's up into 9th. Now it's a case of what will be for the next few laps, so we will speed it up. He's actually leapfrogged Valtteri. Valtteri is on slower tyres, but he is in a much faster car, so he does get that move done. George drops to 10th, back up to 9th after that lap. We're actually we're looking a little racy. He's got 64% left on his tyres. We're going to put the ERS now onto Latifi to try and get him some places. Bottas hasn't got away on those hards by any stretch. The two Ferraris come out side by side. And it is Leclerc who's looking very racy on those fresh mediums. George he's got to lose this place here, hasn't he? Yeah, he's lost that place, so he's down to 9th. Leclerc is looking very good at the moment. We're going to ERS a little bit here just to try and get away from that Ferrari. We are, and we're going to get back in front of Valtteri, who's going to use ERS straight away to get back past us. So 8th place, let's have a quick look at whereabouts we are. Alonso's going to have to pit, Tsunoda's going to have to pit, Ocon is going to have to pit. So all of those haven't pitted yet. They'll surely just end up dropping all the way back here, which I don't know where that's going to end up with Latifi at that point. Latifi, do we push him a little bit? I think not at the moment. With Russell, we're just waiting for the right time to bring him in for his final stop, which will be onto hards. And right now we are doing so well with George. He's in 7th place. Tsunoda definitely will be pitting soon. You'd feel, yeah, he's pit. He's gone on to soft tyres. Russell up to 6th place now, and there's still Ocon to pit. Right, so he's still got a good length left to go on those. He could go on to hards again potentially. Russell right now is using a bit of VRS. He's defending from getting to use a bit of that to try and make sure he keeps that place. He can't get past Alonso, he says. We're going to use our ERS that we have there. Just try and pull away again. Right. How long do the hards go? They say 17 to 19 laps. We're going to leave him out for one extra lap on them. So he will stay out for an extra lap. There we go, and now we will call him in for the pit, where he will be going on to the hards. That front wing should hopefully last to the end. We'll recharge and we'll pit. Now Latifi is once again defending from the McLaren, 17th place. Russell's in the pits. George is in the pits. He's coming out on hards. Latifi is in 14th, but he does have to pit again. So if we slow this down now, we've got Russell. He's only just behind, and the problem is if we tell him to let Latifi to let Russell through, it might open that gap up for Ocon. That's something we really don't want. But Russell is on a charge, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to give him the ERS he needs to hopefully get past both. Here he goes, up right behind Ocon. He's past Ocon, down the inside of Latifi, and he's through. Smooth as you like. And now Russell will hopefully start to pull away. And we are going to push with Latifi for the next lap or so. That will possibly bring him right back into Russell's world. But I'm trying to get away at... Oh, he's moaning. We're going to bring him in. Let's just hope he can make the mediums last. I don't think he will. So the pit has happened for Latifi, and it is faultless. It is faultless, and coming out he will have ERS to make some moves. Now Russell, it is a case of just sitting still almost. We just got to hope he makes these tyres last pretty much. Now, in terms of in front of Russell, you're going to have Verstappen who'll pit again, but he should come out ahead of Russell. Alonso, Checo, both of those should come out behind. Leclerc has pitted. I don't know if Russell's going to make that place. Tsunoda will have to pit again, and so will Bottas. But let's find out. Has Russell done enough to get ahead of Leclerc? No, he hasn't. He's right behind him. He's going to use a bit of VRS himself now to get himself right up behind Charles. There are points in this race for us, should we want them. What's happening with Latifi? He's back here on the mediums that he's got to try and take to the end. He's got Giovinazzi, who will drop behind him. These three, once they pit again, will drop behind him. But will Raikkonen pit again? He's on hards. He may not. Alonso will be tight, I think. They're all in the pits now anyway, so we'll go back to Russell. Watch Russell climb up the places here. So Russell's now in 6th place. Latifi has got ahead of Alonso. And George Russell, as long as he can make the tyres last, ignore that, as long as he can make the tyres last, he's currently 6th. He's possibly going to be 5th. We know he's got an issue. Tsunoda on faster tyres, on fresher tyres, will certainly be looking to have a go. Alonso on fresher tyres has just blitzed past. Oh, I've still got him on push. So his tyres aren't going to last to the end. In fact, we might have to pit him. Oh, I've made an error there. We're going to have to pit him for softs, I think. We'll just do this for a couple of laps. Tsunoda on the faster tyre. It's coming up behind Russell now. It's going to take a lot for Russell to defend. Will he make that last 6 laps? 40%? Stuff it. He can try. He might end up crashing, or he might end up finishing last. Pitting again is not an option. He has got worn tyres, 30%. Everything's telling me to bring him in, and maybe he'll be able to battle away for something a bit more, but we're not going to. As Russell continues his battle with Tsunoda. Checo out on fresh hards is right behind them as well. Checo's past Tsunoda. We're going to ERS a little bit to try and get away from Checo. We should be able to make our tyres last to the end. Oh, his tyres have completely gone off. Yeah, okay, Latifi, you pit, mate. Softs for you. We've ruined Latifi's race. Whoops. It is what it is. We don't need to charge anything for him. He can come out and he'll be alright. It's George currently. I know your tyres are wearing down, George, but just keep going. Just keep going. You're currently holding a Red Bull at bay, and this would be our best race of the season. Smoke is coming out of that car. 23% on the tyres. With 2 laps to go, he could drop down quite drastically here. Yeah, I know, mate. I know. Don't you worry. He's in for a pit stop, and he's out. Yeah, we're going to ignore it for now, mate. We're going to put you on ERS. George has dropped to 9th. He's going to get out the points here. Yeah. Trying to make the tyres last. And the front wing. It's all come to ruin the race for us. George Russell is just going backwards in a broken car. 16th place. Oh, Would another a pit have sufficed? Should we have gone mediums then back to softs? Would that have helped? Probably not. The wing still would have been damaged. I could have fixed it in a pit stop, but it does add a hell of a lot of time on. It's a disappointing finish. It's a very disappointing finish. At least we beat the Haas. No rules broken. We beat the Haas, but we were looking at a possibility of 10 points at one point. We really were looking at the possibility of 10 points. We were doing so well. But in those last few laps it just went wrong. The car essentially started to break down. The tyres went. I made the wrong call. I should have fixed the car in the pit stop, and we should have probably gone for a 3-stop. But whatever it is, you know. We can't really change that now. Yeah. That is disappointing. We tried our best. George wasn't his fault in the end, it was mine. Pushed the tyres too much. Pushed the car too much. But at the end of the day, despite having all those issues, he still beat Latifi. And he still sits 13th in the Drivers' Championship on 7 points. And we still sit 9th on 7 points ahead of Haas. Now, we've got 3 drivers being scouted as possible replacements for Latifi. Hulkenberg, Grosjean, and this is the one I want to work. Juan Pablo Montoya. I would love to bring him in. Absolute genius. But that is it for today. A disappointing Portuguese Grand Prix. Next up, South Africa. Let's hope that one goes a bit better. If you've enjoyed this video, please give it a like and subscribe. Catch you guys later.